Not bad, but not great. What is good, guys? Back here again with another book review. This time reviewing part 2 of The Hunger Games: Catching Fire. If you've seen my last review, go check it out. I reviewed the first Hunger Games, really enjoyed it, really thought it was great world building, fast pace, a lot of action, really enjoyed it. Coming into this book, I thought it was good. We enter the book and the pace is slowed down a lot, I think. We kind of see Katniss's life now that she is a victor of the Hunger Games. You know, she now lives in like a little mansion, has all the money that she could ever want, all the food that she could ever want. And in the beginning of the book, Katniss gets a visit from President Snow, basically saying, you know, he did not enjoy the little stunt that she pulled at the end of book 1 with the berries. If you know, you know. That he would be keeping a very close eye on her and that she would have to convince him that she loved Peeta. He's basically threatening her with Gale's life. We learn in this book that because of the relationship between Peeta and Katniss, they basically named Gale as Katniss's cousin because they bear a resemblance and because they were so close. They have to play that role of like cousin, and we find out that Snow caught them kissing one time in outside of the district where they hunt. And so we learned that he has tabs on them at all times. We get in the book and it's a very tense feeling. And as we go on, our two main events for 2/3 of the book is the victory tour, which is Katniss and Peeta going around to all the districts, making tours, eating feasts, stuff like that. The other big event that they're like revving up for is the Quarter Quell. It's the 75th year that they're doing it. They changed the rules a little bit every 25 years to kind of remember and remind the people that, you know, they are in this situation for a reason. So for the first 2/3 of the books, we deal with that. And it's interesting, you know, it's more of the world building. We see a little bit of how the other districts are starting to fight back. That's interesting, but we don't really get into the juicy part, I think, until like, I'm not gonna say 2/3, I would say like around halfway, and definitely the last third is a lot of action, just very fast paced. So as a part 2 to a series goes, I would say this is a solid book. Slow down a little bit to dive into Katniss's life, the love triangle, how the other districts are kind of starting to revolt, which was interesting, but not as interesting and not as fast paced as it was in the first book, but still not a bad book. It's almost like a cliffhanger ending, and it gets you revved up for the 3rd book. So I would give this book 3.5 stars out of 5. Still a great book, a little bit slow, but it still keeps you interested, and like there's still that element of like drama and world building and history. So 3.5 out of 5 stars, very good.